where any New Yorker who purports to represent New York City families and children could be on this panel demonizing trans kids. And that's why we're here today, because we are here to envelop and wrap our collective arms around transgender and LGBTQ kids and families to make sure that they have the gender-affirming care they deserve, to ensure that our human rights in New York City and state protects everyone, no matter their sexual identity or gender identity or expression. And that is what New York State and that's what New York City stands for, and that's why we are here to say once again, when trans kids are under attack, what do we do? When LGBTQ kids are under attack, what do we do? Thank you, Bill President.
We got a great American institution out here tonight, Teachers of the American Way. And we got the National Director, Devontae Myrick, down here. Give it up for Mr. Myrick. All right.
Thank you. My name is Devontae, and I'd like to say, if I could, a word about fascism. Our organization, if you don't know, was founded by Norman Lear. It's a TV producer you might know from Good Times to Jefferson's Mom. He passed away last month at 101 years old. Norman Lear grew up right here in New York City, and he went to Germany to fight the Nazis. Flew 52 bomber missions over Nazi Germany, and came home to continue to fight fascists. And a year ago, when he called me and said that the largest threat he saw on the horizon, the most fascist threat he saw in this country, was right inside those doors, right here. Because, as he pointed out, and I'd like to remind you, that they do seem to have an unnatural obsession with the genitals of children. They do. They do seem to have a hypocritical and slightly weird obsession with sex.
Very weird.
But their true goal is power. And that they believe that attacking trans kids especially is the path towards total power. And the reason they're going to attack those trans kids is so that they can convince Americans that they don't know people who are blind, that they don't know people who are trans.
I live here.
And if they can other them, then they can other black people. If they can other black people, they can other brown people. If they can other brown people, they can other Jewish people. And they can make it a country in which they are the dictators and we live in chaos. And it is no surprise that they are supporting the first frontrunner in American history who has proudly proclaimed that he intends to be a dictator. So, we are here. I will tell you the truth. I am here because there are gay and trans people in my life. Because my son will live his life as a black man in this country. And that there is a circle of people that I care very deeply about and that I feel are under attack. But if you have people in your lives that maybe they don't care so much, you need to reach out to them and remind them that once they build those stages will fit anyone that they see fit. And we need to broaden our circle. We need to bring more people in this fight for fascism. That's why we founded Grandparents for Truth. Because I found that the only person who has a more ferocious opinion about my son is my own mother. She is relentless. And when we founded our first chapter of Grandparents for Truth, there was an 8-year-old woman who I warned that the people inside these doors can be quite vicious online. Have you noticed? But they can be quite vicious, that they will attack you if you join one of our chapters of Grandparents for Truth. And she said, Savannah, I'm 80 years old. I ran out of fucks to give 10 years ago. Bring it on. So if you know any grandparents, family members, teachers who want to join a Grandparents for Truth chapter, please have them visit peoplefortheamericanway.org. And remember that this is our country. Thank you very much.
Next up, a great champion for democracy, your local state assembly member, my friend Rebecca Seawright.
Thank you all. It's great to stand here in opposition to this horrible group. Moms for Liberty. They're not Moms for Liberty. Liberty means freedom. Freedom from discrimination. So it's great to stand up this evening and speak loud and clear that we won't tolerate this in our community. We won't tolerate this in our New York. We won't tolerate this in the United States of America. We believe in freedom, free to be free of discrimination. We've got the Equal Rights Amendment, the Equality Amendment that Senator Liz Krueger and I passed will be on the ballot in November.
Oh, Julian! 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 Julian!
And to vote for it. And to speak loud and clear this evening that we will not accept this group. I don't even want to say their name because they don't stand for liberty. Thank you all for being here.
My friend, the great Julie Madden.
Thank you so much. I really want to thank our borough president for bringing us all together. We are united against hate. I'm a mom, and I find it incredibly offensive that this group, Moms for Liberty, is shrouding themselves in calling themselves Moms for Freedom. We are completely against this. We are an inclusive city where we welcome all, and this group, Moms for Liberty, has chapters that are literally quoting Hitler, that are anti-LGBTQ, that are anti-trans, and that are banning books. How is this educational to ban books? And so I have to say, and I'm proud to represent this amazing council district, to see all of you here tonight united against hate, and we are expressing our constitutional right to peacefully protest this group. So thank you, Borough President, for being
Next up, we have a representative from Revolution Books. His name is Mr. Carl Dix.
My name is Carl Dix. I staff at Revolution Books, and I've been involved in the struggle for revolution for 50 years. And let's clear one thing up. Cross out the liberty on your signs, but replace it with fascism. Because that is what they are. They're an arm of Donald Trump's MAGA movement. They're aiming to enforce intensified white supremacy, intensified male supremacy, intensified demonizing of our immigrant sisters and brothers, intensified hatred of LGBTQ people, and more. In other words, fascist rule all over this country. It isn't just that we don't want that in New York City. We cannot allow that to happen. And by coming here, they're throwing down a gauntlet of we're coming everywhere. And we got to say, And for them, it's like a fight between them and the Democrats over who's going to have power. And it's coming up soon. We have to look at that. 2024, really. I mean, that's when they're going to make the move on it. We have to say this cannot happen. And look, I appreciate the fact that there are Democrats out there standing against these fascists. However, we cannot leave this to the electoral arena. Look, black people have fought against mass incarceration and police terror. And that has gone on whether there were Democrats or Republicans in office. So that wasn't the way to deal with it. We could say the same about abortion rights. What happened with that? We were told the Democrats could protect that right. Look at where we are now. And then compare what's going to happen with LGBTQ rights, which were only recently won. This is not a thing that's going to be settled in that arena. But what is happening as they fight and fight tooth and nail, there's an opening to take to people what the real solution is, and that real solution is revolution. And I'm going to tell you that.
Exactly. That's exactly what it is.
Some people may not want to hear it, but I'm going to tell you that. And look, when the slave masters are fighting each other tooth and nail, it's time for the enslaved people to rise up and go for the whole thing and make revolution. And that is what we, the RevComs, are all about doing. We've got leadership for that in Bob Avake,
Y'all here
the author
teaching
of
kids
the
how to suck dildos.
A leader who's developed a strategy for revolution, a leader who has written a constitution for a future socialist republic, a constitution that says day one, abortion rights will be back in effect. Day one, rights for LGBTQ people will be written
They came out here to
into
protest
the
a group
law.
of moms and talk
Day
about
one, the
LGBTQ
police
rights.
who
Like, we're not here
brutalized
against
and
any
murdered all
LGBTQ
kinds of
rights.
people, especially black and
We're here
brown
against
people,
pedophiles.
will be disbanded and
Having to live
replaced
like
by people's
savages
security
connected to-
force that would sooner lose their lives than allow themselves to kill or injure an innocent person. This is what we stand for doing, and it's got to be moved on right now, because like I said, 2024 is to come now. We are here to recruit people who want to see that different world.
Thank you.
Okay, awesome. Thank you.
That's what we're fighting. Get with the voices.
I just don't understand why
Fight for somebody else.
like this.
It looks like
This is a
they
very well-respected cultural institution. I might even say beloved. It has very good community relations, and people were just really quite shocked at the decision to allow this event. And perhaps they didn't know what the group was because it's not known in the Czech Republic. But upon learning that, they do have them paid for the contract. And they're fairly to do that. You got it. Thank you. You got it.
All I need is 30 seconds, not even that much. So, like I said, I'm non-political community activist. It has nothing to do with politics, just helping the community, and that's the work that I do with schools and everything. So I wanted to hear all sides. So the one thing that I was just like, I guess not so much concerned, but just curious about, like with your position as, and I don't really care about, you want to be out for the people, which I think that's very, bold to come out and be able to stand amongst the people that you have. You do understand your oath, though.
You just need a question real quick.
So I wanted to know just how aware of both of us and that the oath is nothing more than a contract from the men and women of America. Okay, so not a problem. So
Thank you. Nice to meet
soon.
you.
Can't wait to contract you.
Yeah.